time. I'm Trin, and today we are going to be making these cute Easter bunny cupcakes. First, to making the bunny cupcakes, we are going to make the bunny paws. We are going to make them by using fondant. Fondant is a type of icing that has a dough-like consistency. First, we are going to sprinkle our surface with powdered sugar. This prevents the fondant from sticking. And we're going to rub this over our rolling pin. Now this is a fondant rolling pin, but you can just use a normal rolling pin. Now, you're going to roll it 1/8 of an inch thick. Now, I'm going to use tip number 12, and I'm going to cut out little paws for the bunny. We want the paws to be elongated, so we're going to take the rolling pin and we're going to roll over it in one direction once. See? Now we got our bunny paws. Now I'm going to take a spatula and I'm going to pick these up because they're very delicate. Next, we are going to make the pads for the bunny paws. First, what you want to do is you want to make an indentation with your thumb and the fondant. Now, when you're dyeing with food coloring, there are 2 ways to prevent it from staining your skin. You can either use shortening and rub that all over your hands, or you can do like me and use food-safe gloves. Now, I'm going to use the Wilton Colorite Pink, and I'm going to add 2 drops. Now, mix the dye in. Now, you could just skip this step entirely and you could just go to the store and buy some pre-dyed fondant. So, next we are going to take the fondant and we are going to roll it out 1/8 of an inch thick. Now, I'm going to use tip 12 again, except I'm going to be using this side of the tip, and I'm going to cut out the big paw for the bunny. Now, to get it out, you can just use a skewer or something to poke it out. Now, just keep on making these. Now, we're going to make the pads for the little bunny toes. We're going to use tip number 5, and we're going to cut out 3 circles per foot. This step is pretty straightforward. All you have to do is you have to cut out the fondant with your tip and then push it out with the skewer. You're going to need 3 pads per paw, which means you're going to need 6 total per bunny. Now keep cutting them out. Now we are going to assemble the bunny feet. When you look at the feet, you can see how there's a point on one side and then there's a curve. The point is the side that we're going to put the big paw. Now we're going to just flatten this paw, and to stick it to the other piece of fondant, we're going to use a little bit of water and we're going to rub it in the area of our choosing. And we're going to place it down. For the toe pads, just roll them into a ball and flatten it, and then just take a little bit of water and then use that as your adhesive to stick it down. This is how the finished paw looks. Now keep on making the rest. Now set these paws aside. We're going to be making our bunny butts. Pinch off an amount the size of a large gumball and roll it. Now you can use your cupcake to make sure it's the right size, because you want to have space around the bunny butt to add some grass. Now, after it fits, what you want to do is you want to concave it so it stands up a little bit more. Now just pinch around the sides. And there we have a bunny butt. Now that you're all done with your bunny butt, some of them might have imperfections, but that's okay because the icing will cover up that. Now it's time to make our fluffy bunny tails. Now you're going to roll the fondant about the size of a peanut M&M for your tail. Next, you're going to take a toothpick and you're going to stick it right down, but make sure it doesn't go all the way through. Now, continue making the rest of your tails. Now, the secret to what makes our bunny tail so fluffy is that we use white sanding sugar. Now, we're going to take our tail and we're going to dip it in the water. Make sure you get the whole thing covered. And then we're going to roll it in the sanding sugar. Make sure you cover every spot. And then set it aside to dry. When you're dipping the tails, be careful because the sanding sugar makes the fondant heavier, and so it'll slide down the toothpick. It doesn't matter because we're not going to use the toothpick, just be careful. Now it's time to assemble our bunnies. Now I've got a pan over here lined with wax paper so that way I can set the bunnies there to dry. First we're going to take our bunny butt, 2 feet, and a tail. Now we're going to dip our brush in some water. Now make sure you don't put too much, otherwise it'll be like all soggy and gooey. Put it only at the tip, paw, and then you're going to rest it. That's why you don't want it too hard, nor do you want it too soft. Now do the other foot. Now it's okay because it doesn't have to be that realistic because it's kind of a cartoon. So don't worry about the positioning. Now just stick the bunny tail on top with a little bit of water and then pick it up and set it on the pan to dry. Now continue making your bunny butts. Ta-da! These are the completed bunnies. Now you can put them in the refrigerator and let them dry completely. Once your cupcakes have cooled, we are going to take a spatula and a little bit of icing and we're going to smear it around the cupcake. This helps the icing for the grass tips stick so that way we can have it to be standing up and look like grass. It's time to decorate. I've got a piping bag here with a tip 233 at the end. This helps us pipe grass. So you're going to put your tip almost touching the cupcake and pull up. Now make sure that you hold for at least a couple seconds so the icing can stick. Take a bunny bottom and you're going to place it in the center of the cupcake and then you're going to pipe grass around it. Now, put pipe grass around the bunny, but this time, try to pipe it a little taller. You can do the Easter bunny butts and then you can also mix them up with some robin eggs and throw them on the top. Now make the rest. Ta-da! These are the Easter bunny cupcakes. Don't they look amazing? They look really professional.